fine, folks, and you probably heard that lovely little stomp. It's the Elder Titan, first pick overall here for Na'Vi, despite his loss at Bot TI.
Unbelievable. That was the big upset.
It
Dude,
really was.
Look at how quick these dudes are picking.
They
There's
came
no
prepared.
reserve time. Barely using that base time.
Yeah, some super speedy stuff here.
So Sand King Mirana, both of these heroes have been super popular recently. And now going back for the Razor. Not necessarily unpopular, but I feel like I'm often seen as like the maybe 9th pick or a 10th pick in the draft as like an answer to a Lifestealer or something like that.
Yeah.
What's the Razor about in your opinion?
Great question.
Cool.
Usually not something you see picked into a Mirana either. I mean, she used to be one of those core heroes that you could often see picked to try and deal with the Razor. I don't know if Na'Vi are trying to bait them to take this out of support Mirana or something. That's quite the strat, but they'll still ban the other counter that people pick in the Queen of Pain. So I guess Na'Vi just put a lot of value on the hero and say, you know, this guy doesn't just have to like mad counter heroes. He's just straight up good.
Yeah. It could be something like a deny pick, which is why we see that Lifestealer ban from Vici Gaming. Other heroes would maybe be something like a Medusa, dire side for Vici Gaming. Certainly a possibility for them, and I think that we've seen Ori run it before as well. But
Well, Na'Vi have just been first phase in this thing. They're just there. I know we haven't personally got to cast any Na'Vi games so far, but I'm looking through their matches this morning, and I saw Razor. Even when there's not really these more classic heroes that you'd be interested in countering. So
okay,
Na'Vi, they seem to like the Electric Boogaloo.
the man. Well, I don't know. He's
Something.
sort of like a force of nature, I guess. That lightning. What was the thing? The lightning elemental lightning revenant? Is that the one? We'll come back to it later. There's
Okay.
something with Razor's lore. I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, ask Slacks, not me. I don't know.
That's fair.
It kind of seems like the OD in that idea of just like, you know, we don't have last pick, so let's just take a mid hero that you really have a hard time just straight up dealing with. If you don't have these very specific counters, it's not really a fun time.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Warlock is going to get taken out for Vici Gaming. I want to talk a little bit about Na'Vi just as a team. We've seen a good amount of Vici games, I want to say, you and I. But Na'Vi has kind of gone through this revitalization period. Obviously, Seneko, the longest standing member of the team. And I think that the idea was after Dendi leaves, let's build around this guy. Let's see if we can allow him to be the captain that sort of determines who he wants to play with and what style of Dota they want to play. And to me, the biggest two signings that they got this year were the Zayat Blizzy pickups.
Yep.
Taken from the old Vega squadron. Blizzy is a stud, and Zayat is like these crazy, weird position 4 heroes and just makes a ton of stuff happen on the mat.
Yeah, probably his two most signature heroes that I think of would be the Treant Protector and the Techies, frankly, with how much he's been spamming that thing. So, from what I understand, we still haven't seen one. I don't think he's been picked up yet in the group stage. And Na'Vi, you know, trying to get some upper bracket stuff. I don't know. I thought he might come out here in this series, but we'll see if that's where we wind up. For now, not looking likely. We'll get the Grimstroke and the ET as our support duo. And Grimstroke Razor is really nice, right? Give him the ink swell. He gets on in there. He loves having fast movement speed, so he's in a good position for the stun too. And then just constantly outputting damage, and then creates follow-up opportunities for the link too. So just a lot of synergy there. Still looking for some sort of like a backline stabber for Na'Vi to try and get at that Warlock.
Should be noted for all you fine folks out there in Dota world that might be not the most familiar with the Grimstroke Razor. Does not work with Static Link, but it's just that ability, like you say.
No, not the Soulbind. Yeah, unfortunately.
Ooh, but Vici, they're going to take the Sven themselves. Now, this would normally look like, oh god, Razor is going to steal all the damage, but I feel like Sven is that jump in, blow somebody up before he gets a chance to get the link off type of hero. As opposed to...
Yeah, out of those melee cores, it's more likely that, you're not going to get a chance to do it. Or even if you sometimes get the link off, like he'll stun, he'll hit you like twice, you get the link off, and he's still just going to kill you. Like,
right,
you know,
exactly.
That guy's got a lot of raw damage. You'll just be going down. And, well, there's a Soulbind that works. They'll take themselves the Lasso for the double grab here. So that'll be Blizzy's hero. And last but not least will be Crystallize in the next phase here for Na'Vi.
Could be a crystallized Razor possibly, but seems unlikely. The matchup against Sven, like we've talked about, a little bit funky. And oftentimes Na'Vi have been sort of taking that crystallized hero last. So we talked about the pickups of...
You know what I've seen banned is probably... I'm thinking the AM.
Okay.
Right? The Sand King, we've seen it time and time again. Same thing with the Counterspell versus the Sven. seems plausible. Their catch is kind of weak.
Dude.
Only the single target, but you'd be picking it blind.
Can you imagine a counterspell on Fatal Bonds?
The next level
dream.
play.
The dream.
What's the more safe heroes though? Playing into the Sven. We often think of Sven as like a big counter to Jug, but some teams still actually pick the Jug into the Sven because they see like these timing windows. It also has burst damage with the lasso, but frankly, we have not seen a lot of Juggernaut this event.
No.
I think I
Shockingly
saw
little.
one OG game where it was picked, but we haven't had a game yet personally.
It reminds me of those carries that are sort of like okay at everything, but
Mhm.
really not that great at any one particular thing. And oftentimes also, the big thing that I think has been a storyline of this tournament is like mega creep comebacks or just comebacks in general, right?
Yeah.
And like it's a hero that's built around pushing early, but then not really necessarily being able to end the game sometimes. That's the problem that Jug will occasionally have. And it feels like we're in a meta where you can just stall out the game, pick team fight, and eventually win one big engagement, run down a lane, and win. So dangerous, dangerous. And that's the last ban, that's a crystallized classic.
Yeah, we're looking at control for Vici, but I'm kind of looking through it and it's like, yeah, they don't have the best setup there. And ET, Void, great combo. Not a burst damage hero though, really. So I was kind of wondering if they'd shy away from it just because they want something to work with the lasso. What about
Yeah.
like a Luna? She's got her own issues versus Sven though. She does farm pretty fast at the same time. I don't know if they've been picking it up though. What about Morph? Is Morph still in?
I believe so.
Morph looks alright.
Yeah, that could be cool. You could even get like, I mean, late game you could even go like the Aghanim's build with Elder Titan if you wanted to. You know, get the free BKB for a little while. Why not? You know what I'm talking about?
You stomp, get 3. Yo, Morph, I got a couple here. Oh, okay, let me get the good stomp. Now I have like 10 seconds BKB. That's quite the strat. I could just see it like an E-Blade style because I still want someone who can get to the back line and also has burst damage with the lasso.
Right.
Has late game potential. I think Morphling checks a lot of the boxes there for Na'Vi. They'd have a last. Oh, they could ban OD and just pick Morph.
I still like the anti-mage that you were talking about. I think against that like single target disable that Vici have, it feels pretty good. Although there is still one more pick, and then they'd have an answer to it, hypothetically, out of the mid lane. Because I'm feeling like this is, at this point, position for Mirana and then Sand King off lane. But Slark.
So that is your backline stabber. Okay. Slark's like the go-to versus the Warlock, but I wasn't sure if they would want it. I guess now that Vici have banned the Void for them, that's kind of handy.
Yeah.
I guess it wouldn't hard to work into this lineup, though. But a hero that's well considered to be pretty good versus Slark. Still, like the AM, going to be able to punish the lack of disable here from Vici Gaming. And with the Invoker ban, they go for another iconic mid-hero here in the Storm Spirit. Talk about jumping to the back lines. Big battle this game. Ahead of that 10th pick with the Storm Spirit versus the Slark of who can backstab the supports better.
I'm going to say something here. Vision game. That to me feels like it's going to be one of the big defining factors. You got the Bat Rider and the Storm Spirit looking to pick people off as you get into the mid to late game areas. And it feels like the team with the better vision might be the one that just, well, and I guess, of course, the map movement as a team is going to be the other big determining factor.
Fade has a really nice looking support Miranda game here between like Sven, Blink, Arrow, a Storm, Zip, Pull, Arrow. Yang, Blink, Burrow Strike, Arrow.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good setup to get that 4-second arrow at least.
And not a whole heck of a lot of save on the side of Na'Vi. The big thing would be Zayat's being in the right position as ET to cause some interrupts. But once BKBs come out, those no longer going to be quite as effective. So I'd be a little bit concerned about it for Na'Vi. I like the Vici Gaming draft. It feels a little bit more robust, just well put together. And, of course, stuns win Dota, and they got more of them. So.
Do they?
Oh, yeah.
Have you done the math? Yeah, they definitely. I think they got more. I think you're probably right.
They got a lot of stuns, man. It's scary. Oh, and then the big brain play late game, Storm Spirit, Aghanims into Sven. Ooh.
You know, with this Slark set, where is his head just gone? Is he a crocodile now?
He's a crocodile.
Because the eyes are like really blinking on there. Is that just me?
I mean, the set kind of freaks me out. I'm not sure if I'm the biggest fan of it. I feel like Slark's a fish, not a crocodile.
Not anymore. He's got the moves.
And Blizzy just doesn't have a set.
That's a little embarrassing on the TI
Batman.
stage. Come on, guys. So someone help the guy out. Send him a gift or something. But enough about that. time for some Dota 2. The laning pair here going to be the Batrider and the Elder Titan running on into a Warlock trying to save his carry under the tower, give him a good time. Seems like a bit of a rough one. I think we're probably going to see Fade involved a little bit down there to try and deal with that Batrider ET duo.
Yeah, I think that that might need to be happening in this one to deal with the pressure early on. As we get the chat wheel spam, I'm going to try and talk over it as I'm slowly becoming deaf in the best possible way. Yeah, a lot of really cool players in this game. I think that, like, Vici as a team has had a very interesting season where at the beginning they weren't looking that great. Then they started to really turn it up, and obviously Epicenter, great results there, as well as Dream League. And I've been waiting for, like, years for Yang to blow up. Way back when he was on CDEC Youth, he was, like, a super-duper solid player. But now, getting his opportunity here on the big stage, looking to try and finish off an upper bracket. Navi as well. I think it'd be a big win for either of these teams. What was that?
All right, man, look how far back Fade is. Looking for that potential arrow here.
Yeah, he knows.
It's pretty much free. Wow, that's very musical.
So there's a fun thing with this taunt. If you move your like cursor in a circle, Mirana will just stand still.
Oh yeah.
And start like jumping up and down. It's
That's
amazing.
how you know the Mirana players. You see that little bronze triangle by Fade up there? Not a Mirana player, just saying.
Fair enough.
He's a secret Mirana player. He only plays on his other accounts, so he doesn't give away the fact that he's such a god at it.
Well, trade off there, 2 apiece. So we hear some Duiona. And DY with the Warlock, sitting with Paparazzi. How big of a problem do you think this lane is going to look for them with the Batrider ET?
I would say it should be pretty rough stuff. I would think up top. It all depends on Fade. He's the big question for me, and he's now used his TP. He's gone bottom, so yeah, I would think this looks very difficult. They're starting with the stick though onto the Sven, so we'll come back. It's not gonna be a while till that action starts popping off, because they're gonna have to pull waves until Bat's like level 3 before they're gonna want to go for stuff. So ET will start that off, and the first arrow will be a swing and a miss down bottom. Snako will take the Burrow Strike harass though.
Yeah, a lot of damage here with Burrow Strike taken early on. Does mean no Sandstorm available, obviously.
Yeah, it's a very good time to try and pressure in on him. Unfortunately, Snako, pretty low himself, so it's hard to go for much.
Definitely the lowest in the game right now. Would love to be able to make another go of it once Inksoul is back off cooldown, but Yang is already salved up. Crystallized sitting on a salve. Both of them have a lot of regen. On the other side, Yang has already used his, so probably going to try and make another go of this before the level 2 comes from the Sand King, if they can make it happen.
Or just at least constantly contest, trying in stacks and everything.
Right.
Hard to really set up much on these angles down low with the arrows. Yeah. Up top, they've been using the Fatal Bonds level 1 and just putting on the whole wave to harass back the Batrider and burn through his regen early on.
Blizzy getting level 2 off of this one, and maybe a little bit more. It's body blocking the creep so you can get the deny.
ET gets 2 denies and starts chat wheeling. Yeah, I see how it is. Yeah, I got those in your face. You see a Quelling Blade in my inventory, boy? Get out of here.
Dude, ET is such a fun hero with that. Like, oh, stun for the last hit. Also going to get the stack. They didn't block this out for Vici. Kind of a tough decision there. It's going to end up coming back to haunt them a little bit, I think.
Yeah, if very unusual not to block that versus both ET and Batrider sometimes, depending on how you're going to be playing the lane.
Right.
But ET especially wants the stacks, wants the constant damage. And, oh, let's see. Going for the pull there, DY. Oh, this guy's good.
Yeah, he gets it. But that
unfortunately, ET's like, thanks for lining them all up for me.
Gets the full wave, and do they draw aggro again? They did get a couple of them. And it looks like they'll be able to maybe get a couple of denies as well.
It's going to be so close. When he refreshes the Spirit, he could be level 2. No, he's not going to refresh it. No, okay. He's going to change it. If you do the quick refresh, you could have kept all that damage, and the Batrider was really close to 3. They could have went for a play, but it didn't quite line up right.
Yeah.
So they'll just keep on holding it.
Let the folks that know what you mean by refresh the Spirit.
Yeah, so basically you get to keep the last. If you got like a really good pull with your Spirit and you got a bunch of damage and you're like, oh man, but I didn't punch anyone. If you instantly cast it and then pull it back to your hero, you get to keep that last charge once. Just one of those fun features that Valve were like, hey, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
They let it slide.
So Zayat's going to pull this wave back to the other tower as well. It's a relatively large one. Meanwhile, mid lane, we see that Magical gets brought down fairly low. We haven't talked about mid all that much.
Yeah.
Razor versus the Storm Spirit.
Looks like it's going pretty much according to plan. The Razor just links you, he walks at you, and then he pops it back and for the denies, right? That's why he's got 7, Storm has 3, and the last hits are pretty even.
Up top there, Blizzy trying to live, gets that hit off as well. Gonna be able to find the kill onto Paparazzi afterwards. Flame break with that extra little bit of damage.
Yeah, and that's what we were expecting with the rotation when the bat was level 3, right? That's exactly what we said. They're going to wait till bat's level 3 before they want to go on the Sven. That's why Fade was able to start bottom and then comes up here and gets an arrow onto the creep. However, that means he has no arrow right now, so no turnaround potential there with the team.
Force out the leap charge.
He can clarity up here and go for a kill, then stick around for the 5-minute bounty, and I think that's what he's going to do.
Okay. I'll have to watch for that. Obviously,
oh, he's going for the mid play? What are you doing, Fade? Where are we going? Oh, no, I'm just farming.
all right.
There's a support Murano player right there. Fair enough.
No boots yet, but does have that bottle already completed, along with a bunch of branches, and maybe he's going to try and hit an arrow here mid. This Magical links up. Any other aggressive capabilities? Snako going to pick up some wards off the courier.
He should be coming top, I would think. I don't know why he's even looking mid.
They're going to find Paparazzi now. With Fade out of the picture, Paparazzi is just going to get ran down here. In spite of the fatal bonds and everything else, they lose their carry again.
Like, I don't see how you have any chance of killing that Razor. The arrow is so far. Okay, well, there's another grab.
Yang also going to go down. Snako bringing in the dust. They find the kill onto Sand King, and it's only going to be 1 CS under tower missed by Crystallize. So Na'Vi having a very nice start of it.
Yeah, really good for them. At the same time, though, they did get the both bounties up top. So I think, did they get both down bottom too, though?
Yes.
Yeah, they did. So, just 2 for 2. At the very least, the ones up top were bottles, right? 1 for the Storm and 1 for the Mirana. So that's big for staying on the map right now from the side of Vici Gaming. But things looking good for Na'Vi there. They're not syncing up. Like, you have this Sven stun into arrow. It's pretty much free. You're either going to stun the ET or the Bat Rider, depending if one wants to, get down Mr. President for the other.
Yeah, true enough. Moving over. And Zayat thinking about contesting, at least getting some of this experience here. He's already level 4 now. To go for a couple quick punches possibly. Forces Blizzy back. Just like that, the Sven is being zoned away into his jungle, and that's already inhabited by Ori. Like,
yeah.
They need that area.
2 cores not having a great time here, but that is level 6 on the Storm, right? So they can look for this kill, and
they got to get this one. If they're bringing Ori all the way over here, he needs to be able to find something out of these kills. Blizzy walking forward. They're trying to bait them into position. They don't know about the Storm Spirit. Moving in, able to interrupt that stomp before it gets off. And a nice kill there from Ori.
At the same time down bottom, though, they got the Burrow Strike arrow, it looks like. Or at least the arrow onto the Slark. They got a kill into Crystallize. Now they're continuing to dive onto Snako.
Burrow Strike comes through. The arrow is going to connect afterwards, and Starfall is enough to find that kill. Magical moving into position and fighting Yang back behind the tower. He gets taken down as well. Up on the top side, Blizzy was able to live through and also get some experience. So a lot of kills all around the map right now.
Yeah, 4 to 4, things very even at the moment. And yeah, Faye just trying to keep things in their favor by constantly arrowing. He's creating a nice little net worth gap between the supports there by always arrowing these larger creeps. Yeah. Gonna leave an observer ward in the area too to try and keep an eye on these camps and give himself some free arrows. So he's gonna be given the space down bottom here to get rolling on the Mirana. And we got TP mid, so we got the Storm and the Sand King in the mid lane at the moment just for the refill. Maybe hoping for a go.
Yeah. And in spite of the fact that he's died a few times, Yang has had a pretty nice game in terms of last hits, already level 6 as well. Gonna spot some early aggression up here onto the tower with the catapult having spawned.
They do have a ward here though. They just saw Snako plant that obs. They see the ET and the Grim.
They do have another sentry, but having already placed one
down,
they just
so
barely
close.
Miss.
Yeah.
Would have made all the difference.
Fade's acting real coy. Like, what?
Now, unfortunate for the Storm, the DD spawns bottom. Could have been a kill if it was up there top. And Ori using up his whole mana pool. Magical still chasing. They're trying to go for this one, and with the rotation coming in from Seneko, they're going to deny
Wow.
the rune, get the silence off. He tried to take it off. Is it going to happen, though, in time? Or he running back to the shrine, gets there. The Magical's still on the hunt. They have a ward in the area. They know that nobody's showing up.
The self-Inkswell in the middle of nowhere run to deny the DD.
Yeah.
Snako, he's in the game right now.
Ori, they still have vision of him. They have Phantom's Embrace again in 10 seconds. And I think that they're just going to stick around. Ori's playing this kind of greedy.
I mean, this is what you should be doing as a Storm, for sure.
Yeah.
Using that nighttime vision.
He's going to be punished, though, it looks like, as they move in. Silence comes out. And Ori didn't have the mana.
No, he surely did.
Gets pummeled.
Oh, magic. Oh, yeah.
Mass tip coming from Navi, breaking spirits.
The mental warfare begins.
All right, so 9 minutes in. The Storm Spirit dropping down, and right now Navi sitting on the top of the net worth with the Razor and the Slark by a healthy margin.
Yeah, what is Crystallize looking like? This kind of standard stuff, right? We've seen this for the most part from it's the Slark players. Taking the exact same build, in fact, in our last Slark game. Wound up being a much later Midas. I think his was done at like 14 minutes or something. Crystallize should be a little speedier than that.
Okay. There was a ward over here, got de-warded. One of the benefits, of course, of having Slark on your team.
Yeah,
Gets
they're
some
free.
vision.
That was a nice buff for him, man. They're so, like, they're worth so much more these days.
Yeah. Wonder if that's part of the reason. Could be.
It all adds up. It's classic Dota stuff, right?
Oh, night vision for Slark. That keeps him alive right there. And now with everybody moving in, Ori just going to pick up the bounty rune and back away while Vici managed to find 3 of them, it looks like. Or just two,
no.
just 2.
Yeah,
Okay.
Zaya's got 2 top as well. Sven starting his way to the jungle there with a God Strength. What about Ancients? Doesn't look like there's any stacks going on for him yet.
No. There are a couple of stacks in the jungle here for the Radiant, which I'm assuming are going to get picked up by Blizzy later.
Yep.
Going for the early Blink. We've seen a lot of different builds on Batrider this tournament, it feels like. Whether it's the drums or whether it's the early Boots of Travel. But this is the classic. Just a Bracer into Blink afterwards as Fade forced to use the Moonlight Shadow, and Na'Vi just going to keep pressuring the tower here.
I don't know if I like the Blink this early this game. I'm not sure who like follows up.
Oh, Fade. Get the deny.
Oh wow, that was nice.
Yeah, it's a little bit strange though.
I guess what they're hoping for is that they'll get the. Well, no, that doesn't really work. I was gonna say there's like the pullback into the stomp, but you would think that he's gonna be burned enough that he'll just get woken up right away.
Yeah. I guess you could go for like an Earth Splitter play or something. And if there is one thing to be said, it's that like the hero that you're probably going to be going on is Ori, who is very killable. Like not a whole lot of HP on this guy, and doesn't build into HP items early.
Yeah, but can they kill him in the duration of a lasso?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a
They
good
need
point.
like lasso Inkswell, I guess, and then try and burst him down from there.
It's not as easy. But with the Blink Dagger done, does feel like Batrider needs to make the play now. Seneko going to play with Blizzy. And they're going to scout out the area where they think the Storm is going to be. Immediate ping as he's heading over that direction. In the meantime, they didn't block out that camp either. So Ori sticking around for the rune. It's a regen top.
Ooh. Turnaround potential there for sure. If you miss the attempt and then he just zips away, gets back to full HP and comes back for the kills.
God, and yeah, you can see Na'Vi expecting that the Storm was going to be here. But instead, they're going to run into DY.
Well, likewise for Vici too, right? Because they de-warded all of this.
Yeah.
And just saying, they probably want some vision in here. Now the counter smoke. No Radiant Vision in that part of the map, so they might not know this is coming, especially with the Tier 1 tower being hit.
This
So
is really bad with Ori having the regen rune. Blizzy needs to get the heck out of here. Smoke breaks. They realize they're up on the high ground. Ori looking for more. Seneko could be an easy target for them. But is that who they want to go for? Magical just going to run away afterwards? Possibly. No, he's sticking around. The chase forward, looking for the catch. Ori's still hanging on to that regen. And it looks like they're going to find that Mirana, pull her back in, get the kill. Sleep now also off to the side. Magical turned around upon. They dropped the Warlock ulti. It's on to 3 with the Fatal Bonds as well. Magical in a lot of trouble, but Crystallize showing up as well. Ori's out of mana.
Yeah,
His
that's
regen rune
all
got popped.
Zayas.
He's caught. He's going to get killed off here. It's Paparazzi also being ran down. It's the Fatal Bonds. The eyes are there. And the sleep from Zayas. It's caught onto all of them. Can they kill him off in time? Yes, indeed. Ori goes down. And what was looking good is now looking terrible for Vici. But the turnaround with Mirana there on the support. Blizzy trying to get to the high ground. TY with the triple kill. Crystallize barely able to escape. It costs a buyback, but well worth it as the juke comes from Crystallize.
All right, well, that was a back and forth fight there. We end up with pretty even stuff. Big XP gains, though, for Vici Gaming. Almost 1,000 more. But that fight was pretty much all Zayas in favor of Na'Vi. He had the Spirit and the Stomp, which canceled the regen rune. So then when Ori came back in, he was down to like 25% mana when he was like trying to re-engage back in. So he got like 1 zip, and that was sort of it. But you kind of saw they hit the lasso, they were able to kill off the Mirana, but without the aura being ready yet on the ET, he didn't really have that much of an impact there. It's just all Batrider damage, right? With his level 9 now going to be increasing that by quite a bit.
Well, and I mean, again, it's like Ori going down there, but a super clutch buyback as well by that Mirana. I think that they might not have had the damage available if Fade didn't get in there with the level 4 Starfall. So, 1,000 gold lead for Vici as we get close to the 15-minute bounty rune mark. And DY showing the strength of that level 4 Fatal Bonds.
Blizzy, found himself a freebie.
Get ready for the bounty runes. Na'Vi pick up a kill.
Yeah, that was because DY came in and dewarded an OBS. And Blizzy's like, yeah, he's close enough, I can go for this.
So 3 bounty runes apiece. And
3 each, wow. That's amazing. Or they're multiplying.
They're multiplying.
So what was that, 3 for Na'Vi, is that what that was?
Yeah, 3 for Na'Vi.
Okay.
Yeah, this high ground here has kind of felt like a trap.
Yeah, no one wants to be here, I don't think. They're just going to let it go.
But they did put the high ground ward there for Vici. And looks like Blizzy is going to head in. Doesn't manage to find the D ward there. As it was actually over on the high ground. And Vici,
interesting he didn't go for the double sentry.
Yeah.
Like just the sentry in the middle in between the two.
I think he was worried about maybe one right where Vici is right now.
Yeah, that's fair.
Over there on the high ground.
They get killed the sentry. Why you do that, DY? Why do you do this?
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't have mattered. But, you know, Magical, he's going to notice. He pinged that instantly.
Yeah, they're pinging. Need to be careful. Seneko. I mean, this isn't a bait. Nobody else is in the area, so it's like they are going to realize Ori is there. Play it safe. Down bottom, Blizzy pulls the creep wave off to the side. And in the meantime, they're going to get to the extra pressure up on the top tier 2 tower.
Crystallize and Paparazzi kind of loving this game. You know, there's one big fight. Other than that, just hitting some creeps. So the two of them getting up there. Magical, likewise. Got a few more kills on him, though, with the Atos also looking to be a bit more combative. And smoking up once more. We must be almost out of smokes. I see one more on Blizzy. But, man, this has been extremely active. And additionally, one extra one left there onto a DY, too.
Scan hits, they know that they're coming. And Paparazzi, not an easy target, even at the best of initiations.
No, now he's the Midas and the Echo Saber, too. So that God Strength's kind of scary. The HP pools are not that high on the side of Na'Vi for some of these heroes, so they could get chunked down very quickly.
Yeah, now they're going to spot it. Oh, Blizzy. That does reveal the ward. Now they need to get the heck out of there. One more punch. It's going to take it. Chase forward for more. Looking for that Burrow Strike initiation onto Seneko. And it looks like that is going to be the Grim Stroke. Most likely going down, although making the escape. Seneko, TP, not going to complete.
Yeah, I didn't want to commit the epi. And good choice there. Took a little bit longer, but it was fine.
All this fighting just around this high ground over and over again.
Well, it's funny because Paparazzi just made the smoke and got the kill, but that whole time Crystallize is just hitting waves and he takes the top net worth slot. He was the one who was behind the Sven just moments ago.
Yeah, already has that Diffusal Blade done, going to be brought out soon. They do have Lasso available and gonna find Fade. Crystallize should be able to take this one out here. The leash afterwards. Good bit of damage onto Fade, but is it enough? As you were talking about, not quite for the kill.
Lasso burst damage is always something I look for with this hero. Like, Lina is the one that always comes to mind, and Razor's kind of the opposite of that, right? He's this damage over time, takes a while, so at the very least, it does create more space for Crystallize to farm, sure, but you'd like to be getting these kills with the Lasso.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. So the Batrider not able to find kills, but the Slark farming sort of feels like the story of this game. The other story that we should be keeping our eyes on is how do you eventually deal with this Paparazzi Sven and the Ori Storm Spirit? Because right now it feels like they're also slowly biding their time till they get their set of items, and we'll just be able to run through Na'Vi a little bit.
Yeah, Sven is still needing quite a few items, though. I'll say, like, you definitely don't want to fight before the BKB at this point. I mean, unless you get a really good jump, sure. But Zayat is just maxed out, so... Ooh, there we go.
Going on the magical. TP's coming in, but is it going to be enough to save? Don't think so. And Snako, the turnaround, Blizzy, he has the lasso in a second if he wants to. It's actually 23 seconds away. So TP in without his ulti. Yang is going to drop, but Snako 2 will fall as the stomp hits up on the high ground. Is this going to be enough to get any turnaround? Ori almost gets popped and killed off, but not. Na'Vi just run in one after the other and end up falling.
Oh, it looks so juicy,
they
though.
are going to maybe be able to find a kill here. Last second from Crystallize, pounce forward, just barely off the mark. Oh, man, and Na'Vi lose 4 for 1.
Beautiful jump. Man, it is hard to get through that Razor. That guy has tons of armor and then even a little bit more under that tower, but it's a Sven. So getting the jump, not even to worry defensively about the BKB, absolutely massive for them there. And doing the most in that team fight without question, but oh, I can feel the pain of Zayat. He saw it. It was so close. Not gonna be enough though. Now he just has that tome. Look how close he was to level 12 too. He just ate a tome and he went from 11 and a tiny bit left to 12 and a tiny bit left. Like, off that second point, the ulti had been there, it would have been great. But the ulti, it doesn't scale that well, so, and it's on cooldown, so he's taking more points in the order.
Yeah. That's really what was doing the majority of that damage in that fight. Na'Vi immediately going to start going again since Warlock ulti is down. They don't necessarily want to look for that. Blizzy looking for more up to the north. It's just going to be a DY kill. Vici very happy about that. Just lose the Warlock at this stage of the game.
And it's also Na'Vi getting back into it though, right? They're abusing the fact that the Golem was used. Cooldowns aren't ready, God Strength is down, so bouncing right back into the tier 1 tower is excellent for their side.
Okay.
They can also be thinking about Roche to try and take that away from the Storm Spirit, but itemization towards that's a bit difficult with their draft, especially if the ET wants to go for this more standard BKB rush, which we see most of the position 4s do, and not for like a Solar Crest.
Okay. Yeah, it makes sense. Could be super solid item. Crystallize. Farm up top here. Ori still waiting around to see if he can get a jump, but going for the Eul Scepter build on the Storm. Not always seen, but it feels like it's quite good this game, whether it's for dealing with a Slark pouncing on him or afterwards if he can like get a Eul Scepter hit onto Blizzy on a precast or something.
Chase potential too, just a good all-around item for the hero.
Yeah.
But it is definitely an all-around item. It's not like fantastic in any real regard.
And up top, scouting out Crystallize.
Any additional TPs coming? No? Okay. Yang gonna hold. No attempts on a kill.
He was hoping to find somebody over there, but no luck. So 3,000 gold lead early on as Storm picks up another regen rune.
And they have a smoke on DY, so they're probably going to go for something here. Paparazzi has the ulti, has the BKB. And they're not going to connect to him, though. They're going to jump up towards Yang. They actually pop a Moonlight Shadow. Going to try and defend their jungle. DY puts down the sentry, but unfortunately he has no real way of looking up top there on his lonesome. He needs to bring the courier.
Yeah, I wonder if he's going to... I mean, he should do that, right? Wait, he cuts the tree.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just making the space for himself, too. Probably thinking about putting the obs up.
But they have full vision of this on Na'Vi, and they're going to try and go for a play themselves. Smoked up, half duration on it left. They know that Paparazzi's there. They have eyes on him. this ward. They see the camp get pulled away. Blizzy looking for the opening, jump forward. Lasso, no! It's not on the mark. He manages to find him, but he's not going to get the pullback. The Warlock will interrupt, and now Paparazzi pops the Godstrike, turns to fight. Over on the side, they have caught one, but it's not onto Ori. He gets stomped! Oh my god! The Centaur! The Centaur stomps him! Zayats turns, gets the punch, gets the kill, but Paparazzi looking for a little bit of blood. Crystallize,
Ori
just
mad.
going to run away.
Instant buyback.
Oh man, if they can get out of this one, then they're going to be okay. Crystallize gets the jump to the high ground. Dark packed away as well. Doesn't have the ultimate anymore. Draining away. Ori, not a ton of mana, trying to escape, and Crystallize won't be able to do it.
He's still got regen, but I don't think there's anyone else left to chase. Well, that's unfortunate. Yeah, I'm gonna have to double check that one. That was that's a bit rough there for our Storm Spirit. Getting stomped by the neutral? That's like the worst.
That's what it was, right? That's what it looked like.
Yep, yeah, he receives stun debuff from Centaur Conqueror. He did, for 17 damage, in case you were wondering.
Jeez. It's one of those moments where it's just like taking the fight at the wrong time and getting punished. Still, though, they get Crystallized kill. It costs them a buyback on the Storm. How worth do you think that buyback was for him?
He got the kill, right? On the Slayer? No, he didn't. Mirana got the kill. Well, they probably wouldn't have got the kill without him buying back, so it's probably fine. It's not that big of a deal. I'm sure it almost evened out, plus he gets some pretty good XP for it, but it's still, I would say, a win for Na'Vi, right? They're getting in there. They do find those D wards now, though, at the high ground. Yeah, I'm still not sure what happened with that sentry ward with that high ground, as you were saying. Like, he cut the one tree, so I think then he could tell that the other tree was uncut, but he didn't bring the courier over to de-ward it, so that certainly helped with the initiation there from Na'Vi.
It happened so quickly after it, too.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it was a good good play there from Na'Vi to try and capitalize on that. They now have a fresh BKB on Crystallize, and they're moving in for these 25-minute bounty runs. They'll just be trading 2 apiece. Oh, my mistake. They shan't be.
Ori.
Had a haste rune, so it felt a little bold.
Yeah. Now, I will say, if there is a chance for a pickoff in the next few minutes on Ori, could go very easily right into Roche afterwards for Vici, assuming Warlock will be down.
Yeah, if not more, too.
Right.
Because they're peaking right now, right? You got 9-second BKB on Razor, 10-second BKB on Slark. If they just pick off the Storm and still have that stuff left, they could easily fight high ground with those double BKBs.
Blizzy doesn't realize that there are wards in the area as of yet. If they bring the Slark over, they should be able to recognize that.
And to reiterate, this is a series that could put one of these teams into the lower bracket, and it can go either way. They're just a point apart, I believe, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, you get a 2-0 on Na'Vi, suddenly they're looking very good for upper bracket. You get a 2-0 on Vici, same story. But likewise, you drop, get no points this series, you're potentially looking at tiebreakers at the very least, and if not, maybe just straight up lower.
Yeah. Very scary situation in these group stages, as only a couple of games are going to decide your fate in lower and upper bracket. And in case anybody wasn't paying attention, upper bracket makes a huge difference. First of all, not having to play in those best of ones, and second of all, just you're that much further along in the structure of the tournament. Zayats gonna get jumped on. I don't think there's any way to save this Elder Titan. Could go for the TP away, but doesn't look like he's gonna be able to make it, although does have the stomp afterwards.
Boy.
Yeah, Eagle Scepter's there. So Zayat's gonna get killed. Makes him work for it though.
Yeah, bought his Mithril Hammer too, so I don't think he lost any gold. He lost 20, I believe.
Okay.
Don't believe the lies of the fight recap.
Jumping on Blizzy here. Get the arrow afterwards. Nice pickup there. As Vici starting to roll early on.
Doing a good job of pushing this one forward, trying to keep their advantage up, because they're currently still holding a 9-second BB on the Sven, and they don't have a BKB even close to one, really, on that Storm Spear, which is sort of when he starts to go a little bit hog wild.
Crystallize, realizing that there's a ward there, is now going to head off to the side. He's not going to have his ulti. He needs to be careful. Crystallize realizes there's vision on him and gets the Dark Pack off. He'll jump away, pops the BKB, TP out. This dude's gone, and Warlock not close enough to drop the rock.
Yeah. Which he's very thankful for, I'm sure, right now.
Yeah. So that BKB used for Slark, 54 seconds before it's back online again. And Vici, in the meantime, still trying to control this map. something that's not always the easiest. Slark pings out that the ward is right there. They also knew that there was another one over to the other side of the river, but that one is going to expire before Na'Vi can do anything to shut that down.
One thing that's interesting in this game is that you don't have Vici really making like defined pushes. Like they're not just clearing this wave and starting to chip at this tower despite their 7k advantage, because whenever you plant and make an obvious objective attempt versus ET and Batrider, it's really easy to punish.
Right.
Because you're just able to look for lassos, you're able to skate with the spirit and then go for stomps and then try and set up good situations. Instead, Vici are looking for pickoffs and then just starting to pressure into towers when they know they have an advantage that Na'Vi don't want to fight into. So, like, that tier 1 tower is kind of juicy, right? Super low, they're all in the area, and they just go, no, let's go back and farm. We'll wait, we'll pick them off, and then we'll deal with the top tower.
Well, and you can see right there as well, Na'Vi making these big 5-person smokes into the jungle, but Vici also going to make that same play. They knew that they were over in the area, and Ori is going to be the one.
It
smoke
almost
break,
worked.
smoke break, smoke break. Runs away. Paparazzi jumps forward. A little bit of an awkward one right now. Burrow Strike already out. Crystallized pops the BKB, the run forward. They have the ulti at the Earth Splitter. It's not looking like it's enough. Ori silence for the moment. Can they kill him off in time? Eul Scepter to interrupt. Magical trying to do what he can in his BKB duration. His fade is down somewhat low, but Yang shows up, finds the hit onto Crystallize, who manages to escape, but 3 other from Na'Vi are going down, and it looks like Vici win that fight handedly, in spite of the high ground.
Yeah, it was a little bit of an awkward intro, but they got a lasso onto the Sven, but again, there was no follow-up. I mean, there's a couple of them nearby, but they don't have the damage to do anything during it. The Earth Splitter not able to get there in time, so then he just gets on the lasso, he retreats back a little bit, and then just comes flying back through and kills the Batrider.
Man, Slark has just not looked like he's been able to get anything done, in spite of his farm. You know what I mean? It's like the hero just doesn't feel like he's doing that much in this game.
He's a hero that ramps up a lot too during these team fights, and you have a Sven and a Sand King. Like these guys, they can just end a fight very quickly, and it sort of becomes apparent whether the fight's over. And it's like, okay, we've lost 2 heroes, and Slark just has to make that decision of like, I need to leave, kind of a deal, right? So in those cases, he doesn't really have a chance of like the fight's continuing and people are still fighting for kills and everything to ramp up the Essence Shift.
Yeah.
A Blink Dagger now too, from Fade, so very easy follow-up and quick burst damage from him on the support Mirana.
Going into the E-Blade next, that old classic combo. Yang, again, just going to give him the walk away. Have not been able to see as much of the catch and fight from Na'Vi that we've been expecting from this last tournament. Arrow? Not going any heroes, but just farming away on the neutrals again. Playing creeps.
You look at the net worth too, and you see this Slark and Razor up there, and you think, oh, okay, well, Navi's doing all right. I mean, they have 2 of the top 3 heroes at the moment, right? But the rest of the cast, pretty far down low. Even just the gap between Saneko and DY at this point, like 2K. And then you have this like double offlaner thing going on between Zayas and Blizzy, where the ET, he's very close to his BKB, and maybe that's going to help him along these team fights, but the Batrider is having a really hard time scaling because he went straight for this Blink Dagger, and they can't get kills. So he bought that Blink at, I don't even know, what, like 15 minutes or something?
Yeah.
And the guy's bought an Ogre Club since then.
It's been really rough, yeah, and you can see 4, 6, and 4. Even when he's been able to find those kills on occasion, he often dies before the person actually ends up falling. And so he's not being a part of the gold afterwards. Blizzy.
Now, yeah, I mean, it would have been hard to go like bots too, because scaling in a game when there's that's good. So much catch on the side of Vici is always going to be hard.
Right. But we'll pick up that kill onto Fade now. And Blizzy getting closer towards that BKB mid lane. Xayah runs into Paparazzi. Obviously, ET, one of those heroes that can do ridiculously well in the late game. And I think that that's maybe one way that you can sort of hang your hat if you're the Na'Vi team is if this goes late enough, they have very good supports for fighting in the late game. But I guess the same thing could be said for Vici.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this Mirana is, you know, trying to get away from this whole idea of being a support too. Very rich, even with that death, she's still well ahead of that Batrider. I think,
They have Ori here as well, in some trouble, trying to find that kill, interrupt, it's not going to be quick enough. They find that finish. Now Ori low on mana, they have the Soul Bind, but it's just going to be Yang. Eul Scepter lift up.
Burrow
Strike to try and run. The turnaround is there though, and the silence is that they'll find the kill onto the Sand King. But worth it every day of the week for the kill onto Slark.
Yep, the vision a little too strong there to try and make a juking escape for our Sand King. So, yeah, don't have any great instant saves in those moments, so very frustrating when you're trying to protect someone like your Slark.
God, Sven has a Bloodthorn now. Like, that kill combined now with Paparazzi just constantly farming, having his Midas going. You saw right there, it came off cooldown as soon as he used it. Almost 5,000 gold ahead of the Slark at this stage.
Are they carrying detection right now, though? I don't think they are, right? On the side of Vici Gaming, because we do have the Glimmer on Seneko. So Bloodthorn, not going to be amazing, because you got, what, triple BKB, as well as a Glimmer Cave. Blizzy definitely the big target on that one, and actually he's got his BKB done too. So going to have to be later into it, sort of a Bloodthorn. Or during a stun, you know, that also works.
It ain't bad.
It's fine. It's not a control item, it's a damage item.
And it just feels so hard to play Dota at this stage. Like, it almost feels like Na'Vi are going to have to bait somebody and then go for a buyback play to really make the fight work. And if you come and contest Ori in the pit right now, yes, it feels like you need to make it happen, but he might just kill you as well. No ET to interrupt this, and they're running in to take down Roche very, very quickly. Arrow goes out, doesn't quite connect, and they realize now that it's not going to work. Ori DD, Yang looking for the follow-up. Blizzy, Crystallize needing to run away. They can't go for a jump if they want. Who does he find? Nobody yet for Ori, but Blizzy going to be caught. Vici, take another.
Yeah, Blizzy had his eyes on the prize there. Took the bracer out and was like, oh, we can do it, guys. No, I don't want to do this. Don't want to do this. And that's the worst feeling. When you think about contesting Roche and you back away the last second and you just get instantly punished. Lots of chase down potential here from the side of Vici Gaming.
And it's not even easy to kill off these heroes that it used to be either. Like, Ori at this point on the Storm Spirit, level 22, has the Lincoln Sphere, Kaya and Yasha. I don't even know. I guess you have to just pounce on him as Crystallize. Like, it feels like so much of this is right on Crystallize to get it done. And still trying to build into that Butterfly.
They don't even have a good way of popping the Lincolns.
No.
Everything's very telegraphed. Until they have the actual Force Staff and he can blink Force Lasso.
Yeah, the sort of non-Lincoln's control abilities are what they're going to be relying upon here. Ori walks up to high ground. They have vision of him. Could go for this one if they want. Maybe with the Atos to open it up. Magical. Jump forward. They find the target in the back line. It's on to Sven, but they also got the Lotus off. Lizzie tries to run away. He's going to make his escape. And Vici not going to tempt fate and play it safe.
They had the blink stun, but they hadn't popped the God Strike yet, so they weren't committed.
Yeah.
Just holding everything but the Moonlight Shadow.
And on the other side, Na'Vi, they did pop BKBs.
And the lasso on the Split Earth.
Yeah.
Both gone now. Oh, they're on the hunt for Seneko up top. Gets the Glimmer off though. So.
Scary, scary.
Alright, we got one sentry there on DY, so that'll be our counter to the Glimmer.
It actually is a huge problem if they don't have detection. Unless they go on Seneko himself.
Yeah, they're so strong though that if someone gets Glimmered, they'll just kill whoever else they can see.
That's a good point.
They can just reach everyone so easily. And DY is just fed up. He just buys a gem. It's like, alright, fine here. Here you go, Storm.
Just gonna hand it off.
So Yang will probably get it.
And they have a Butterfly on Sven. Dude, Paparazzi is so farmed.
He is gargantuan.
6,000 gold ahead of the next highest on Na'Vi.
And he still has an 8-second BKB, which is terrifying.
Yeah. They have a Butterfly on Slark, which is something, at least for Na'Vi. Crystallize has been able to get some pretty decent farm for himself, but it's just not feeling like it's enough. Well, Fade walks in. Ooh, Moonlight Shadow, chase up Fade, looking for the follow. Have the arrow available. Gonna miss onto it. Yang, very far up and ahead.
From downtown. Oh, he blinked into it.
What? Blizzy blinks into the arrow, gets caught. They have the leash onto 2, but Storm is there, and the Warlock ulti on top of all of it. Na'Vi wanting to do anything at all, but they're just going to run into their death. Is Paparazzi going to get the back away? Or he's actually low enough. Zayat beats him down.
They actually didn't want to kill him. They were just letting him sit there with no mana.
And now that he has died, they're going to find another follow-up as they kill off the Razor. They're going to kill off Na'Vi. Vici Gaming just ready to walk high ground and stick around here for a while. They are not afraid of anything.
have no buyback from the ET or the Bat Rider. And, okay.
God.
Take him out.
G
GG.
to the G. Man, Vici Gaming.
Took control of this game and then never let go. I think Navi not really set up well for success in this one. It's going to be a very hard time to make use of the lassos. Hard time really to get Seneko into, or sorry, Crystallize into some good fights as well.
Yeah, it was weird. And I'm not sure how I feel about Slark necessarily as a hero. He feels at times like he's just super snowball-y, get out of control. But if you don't find those kills, it almost feels like it's impossible to play Dota.
Yeah, if you, like, it works against some of those backline supports where the idea is that you can backstab with, like, using your vision advantage during the day, during the nighttime and stuff, because we don't really see the Shadow Blade anymore. But it is still a good way to play the fights. And, you get these stuns and controls onto the Sven. Maybe you can build up the stacks, but just didn't look like a Slark game. How much damage did he even do? Like under 8K? He had the second lowest damage on his team. He was only ahead of the
second lowest
Grimstroke.
damage in the game.
All right, there you go.
Ugh.
Yeah, rough one there. The support Mirana takes another victory. Looked pretty good. Faye just keeping his own net worth up high. Always threatening with the potential of the pickoff. Probably why Navi kind of looked a little bit weird that game too. Like Blizzy couldn't go for the Boots of Travel and just start farming across the map because he knows that any Burrow Strike, any Stormbolt, any Storm Spirit, any Mirana, and he's just dead.
Yeah, that's true.
Had to play a really weird, like, lying in the shadows and completely reliant on lasso game for the Bat Rider, and he did not have friends to kill in the lasso. So Navi, they try the Razor strat again, opening up with that. And they're going to find themselves down 1 game to Vici Gaming. Need every point.
Every single one.
Yeah.
I still think that there's a way that even if they get 2-0, Navi can make upper bracket, but it's harder to do that. As there's still a lot of games still left to be played. Ladies and gentlemen, group stage continue on right after this. Stay tuned. More from the TI9 in just a few. Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back again. TI9 group stages. Things are looking intense, Trent.
Yes,
Oh my God, we went out to the lobby.
we did.
We saw Vici. We saw Navi.
Saw them all.
They're taking a
Teams.
little bit of time.
They're all over the place.
Everybody's getting hyped. It's that like weird tension, excitement, energy. Everybody's like, oh my God, this team's doing that. That team's doing this.
Yep.
That guy's doing this.
Everyone's excited except the people scheduled for tiebreakers, I believe.
So talk to me
That's
about
right.
it.
Oh, I'm just kidding. Everyone loves tiebreakers. The
Let's
casters
go
love
to the draft.
tiebreakers. It's fun. What? Draft? Okay, you guys hear some grunting, some groaning. We can go in there, see who's doing the grunting and the groaning. It's a Treant. It's an Alk, an Ogre, and a Leshrac. But we're in a situation here with Na'Vi. They're looking a little dicey. So this is their only series today, I believe, unless we
Yes.
are morons and can't read a schedule, which is entirely possible and has definitely happened in the past.
No, but they do not have any other games that are being
No.
to play today.
This is it. So currently, they really, really want this point to try and at the very least stay in tiebreakers for upper bracket, if not outright secure it based on how other teams perform.
Right. So again, keeping in mind, coming into today, 7 points for them. EG, we're sitting at 6. Fnatic sitting at 5. Infamous at 5. Infamous, Fnatic, and EG all just won.
Oh, they're creeping.
They literally all just won their games.
Yeah.
So if you are Na'Vi right now, you have to win this one because they all play another series. Fnatic is going to play against VP, who have not looked good. EG are playing against NIP, who are functionally eliminated from the tournament. Pretty
Functionally.
much. Like, they need everybody else to lose, basically.
Right.
And Infamous are playing against RNG, another bottom team right now. So all of these teams are playing against the bad teams left in the group. So if you want to get a chance at being able to stay even, you need to win this game for Na'Vi. It feels like it's a must win.
A must win, ladies and gentlemen. So what do? They go back for the Science Elder Titan.
Amazing. The other thing to keep in mind leading into this one, Na'Vi asked for an extra 5 minutes going into the draft. They wanted some more time to talk about what they wanted to do.
I think they just huddled.
They huddled.
They did like the, break, clap kind of a deal. I'm
Na'Vi
sure
on
there
three,
was an
Na'Vi on
inspirational
three.
speech.
1, 2, 3. Na'Vi!
Yeah,
That type of
exactly.
thing.
Mag was probably in there talking about his glory days. He's like, let me tell you about the Broodmother. Have you ever seen ESL 1 New York?
Dude, what if they picked a Brood right now?
It was all Mag.
They could do it.
Listen to me, team.
Blizzy does play it.
Now, if there was a time, this was the time for the techies. Perhaps that's what we're leading into here, right? It'll be like some Seneko 5 ET.
I don't know. What's the mentality of it, though? Like, how does it look? Are you thinking, like, let's just go for normal Dota? Do we try and go crazy and then, like, lose with some... If they get knocked down to the lower bracket with the techies, you picking up what I'm putting down? Like, that would feel real bad. Ugh.
Yeah, but what if you secure it with the techies? Then
That
everyone's
would
got
feel
the
real
fear
good.
of the techies.
That's true.
I'm really curious if they're going to pick the Razor again. Because it seems like they're very steadfast in the, we will be picking Razor. You may decide to pick around it or not, but we will be picking Razor.
And I really don't like it against this draft in particular because Razor, we saw the problem with it last game, right? It was like ramp up damage, and then they played with Slark, which was ramp up damage, all these things that you were talking about. Now you've got Shadow Demon, which is like instant burst down to super low with the Soul Catcher.
Well, and if you get purged as Razor, your fight's kind of over.
Yeah.
I'm a little surprised. I mean, there's a Burrow Strike from the Sand King. You can't Disruption save versus the Razor. There's that. With the Link and stuff, right? You'll still end up just like losing all your damage. But the SD is a great pick here for everything we just said, plus the fact that Telegraph Stun from the ET, Telegraphed Ultimate, you know it's coming. You just disrupt people. How hard can it be?
I will say that taking the Warlock out does change the complexion of this game a lot. It always felt like they had that trump card in Vici Gaming's pocket where they could just throw out the ultimate, Fatal Bonds, and then suddenly it's a team fight one. So taking that away is a nice little wrinkle to the draft that Na'Vi are throwing in.
I feel like they'll probably ban the Mirana next, too.
Okay.
For Na'Vi, right? Just because Vici will take it right out of the space. They already have an SD, and they have the Sand King. Two very easy setups for Arrow. Like, come on. They're playing a Fade Mirana again.
Yeah, I would take that away, particularly because Vici have the first phase of this second part of the draft.
And Leshrac's already banned too, so they can't even just like go for the Lesh after,
Yeah.
who's like another hero that fits pretty well in that regard.
Yeah, let's see it. Let's see that one banned. They could go
Do
for
you know-
something like a Fade Lina afterwards.
You know, we
which-
say, oh, Lena's really good. I think Clockwork would be fun. Can I get some Clock versus the ET? Come on, Vici, you're basically secured. But yeah, okay, they're gonna ban the Mirana. Thank you, Na'Vi. They're on it.
I think Clock would be good, but I kind of like the idea of the Lena more.
Yeah, the Lena's definitely way better. I just I just want to watch Clockwork. There's nothing wrong with that. I have some hopes here.
Yeah, for sure. I don't want to break your spirit. It's okay. Dude, I would want to see Navi go like ET Gyro. That would have been the cool pick, right?
It's still there.
They could, but I like it more as like a second because like Gyro and Razor to me also kind of, I guess it's more bursty with the Gyro.
At least they're ranged heroes in these engagements versus the Shadow Demon. Because sometimes you play these melee heroes and you get purged, and your fight is so hard.
Yeah. Dude, honestly, if Vici wanted to also, though, they could just go like Earthshaker Morph.
Oh, you know I'm into that.
Like, I don't think that Navi could really deal with it at this point.
The only thing is that the Morph Earthshaker is a Morph who gets down and dirty, and then he's near an ET. That's kind of scary, right?
Yeah.
You lose all of your armor.
That's a really good point.
Of course, he has like 200 HP or something when he's Earthshaker, so it's
Less of a concern.
yeah. But 0 armor bad.
Well, see what Vici want to go for.
So I like the Lena because I think Razor tends to be very low HP, and you can definitely get the Aghanim Scepter just like you did on the support Mirana. He can do it on the Lena. Seeing one more hero will be kind of good because you could also maybe go for like a Rubik or something.
Yeah, the one thing that's a little scary about it too is like a lot of times you'll build pipes or something like that on either an ET or a casual one on a Razor even. But yeah, they go for the Lena. We knew it was coming. They knew it was coming. Navi willing to deal with it. They say Mirana is the bigger threat.
Yep. The Sand King Lena has just been like the lane of pubs.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be like Dark Willow Centaur kind of deal this, or Wraith King's Willow as well. It hasn't looked super common throughout the tournament so far yet, though.
No.
Mostly because of Mirana, I suppose.
I was thinking
And
that
Ogre.
this was part of the reason why I thought that Lena was going to be most picked was because of like the follow-up stun thing. But it's kind of feeling like that's what it's evolving into as people were still trying to figure out what was going to be the real meta. We'll see if it sticks around or not.
Needed some sort of a
Whoa.
5 hero that was like more enabling, I guess, for the Razor. So yeah, it's now that's more like it.
Every time.
What weathermancery is this? That's another good one. I'm ecstatic. He has great lines, guys. I highly recommend playing some Disruptor. Trust me, it is well worth it.
Does he say it? I'm ecstatic. Like ecstatic.
Yeah, pretty much. The emphasis is definitely on the static. He does understand the joke.
That's good.
Yeah, it's good.
Well done, Disruptor.
Those voice actors are pretty smart.
Did you know that he is the same race as Axe?
I did. I forget what they're called.
Do you know why that makes sense? Because in
'Cause they're red.
Underlords, they're both brawny.
Wow, that Valve they're good on the lore.
They're on it, man.
Navi are not going to get the gyro though, because Vici have
Oh.
stolen it away. They've hijacked the gyrocopter.
Do they just morph then?
That looks good. Morphling Sand King. Kind of scary versus the Lena, right? Lena's good hero versus Morphling. Sand King's good hero versus Morphling. Shadow Demon's a pretty good hero versus Morphling. But it is the counter to the gyro.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty, what's the surprise pick? So I guess the gyro being on Vici's a little surprising, and then the Disruptor was slightly, exciting. I mean, personally, I'm very excited.
You're ecstatic.
I'm ecstatic. But very, A, B kind of stuff here from these two teams in the drafting phase.
Yeah.
Trying to keep things simple, stupid.
But that's the thing that's weird about it, right? Is that like Navi, it feels like they're saying, okay, we're gonna have our core, and then we're just gonna kind of react to what Vici are doing outside of that, as opposed to building like a cohesive thing. Because to me, like you have Disruptor and ET, which makes me think team fight. Morph, I guess Morph can be that as well. I don't know. It just feels a little bit strange. Like, is this a lineup that really wants to just run into them and fight them over and over again? That's not what I think of when I think of Morph.
He can be a little involved, but yeah, this next hero for Navi wants to be very active for sure. Do they need more damage? They already have pretty good control. Another Vision hero would be nice, but I mean the only like Vision offlane hero is Beastmaster, I guess, right? For Blizzy, that's a classic Blizzy hero.
That'd be cool.
The lane would be difficult though, I think. Shadow Demon and Gyro.
Oh, you know
Because
what?
Gyro's
sounds
really good versus the Boars.
If you switch into Beastmaster when you're like in a sort of a
I'm
downtime.
just waiting to hear this.
You switch into Beastmaster in the downtime. Like, there's nothing going on. There's a bunch of buybacks. You know you're not going to do anything. Then you have, like, multiple Hawks around the map.
You know the cooldown of Morph, right? It's not, that doesn't really sound worth. Well, you're gonna be like level 18. You're like, all right, sweet. I can be permanently morphed, and I'm gonna go send a hawk that'll outlast me for. Yeah, I don't know about that one.
What if
Well,
the hawk's blue though? Can you imagine?
And now we're talking.
That's the
okay.
way to do
Or
it.
the boars.
That's more like it.
Yeah, that is more like it.
Well, Vici Gaming now with the last pick of the draft.
They should be banning OD. Unless they think there's some position 4 that they feel is better, and that they're just going to try and do the mid Lina, because mid Lina is also okay versus both Razor and the Morphling.
Is there anything else that destroys Morph out of the 4 position?
Out of the 4? Not really.
I don't think so. It would have been ET.
It would just be something like
traditionally.
Spirit Vessel Carrier.
Right.
Is definitely necessary, but
Maybe like a Spirit Breaker or something.
just ban the OD. Don't trifle with it. It's like, oh, we have Razor. Razor's like kind of good versus OD. It's like I still don't think it's worth it. I have seen the Morphling OD, and I have seen that is not worth letting happen. The guy presses Alt. Do you know how much int a Morph has? He's not a smart guy.
Yeah.
For a guy that gets all these kills and is able to copy all of these spells and everything, he dumb.
That's true.
That int multiplier is painful. And Ori is one of the best OD players I've ever seen.
Well, maybe they're going to take the OD themselves, but they ban out the Storm Spirit and
Mars. Okay, that's a nice active hero.
okay.
Whoa!
Oh
What
my
is that
God.
hero? Who is what? Who's that?
Why would Ori take the
That's
OD
that's
here?
so weird that they actually picked OD, ladies and gentlemen. The expected has come, and we'll see if Navi were correct in saying, it's whatever. We know they're gonna pick OD. We don't care. I mean, we'll pick a single target disable that someone can just astral, be astraled out of. But we don't care about OD.
Yeah. Well-
Navi, I'm not sold here, guys. I gotta be real. It's easy to piggy
Dude, they picked that OD so quickly.
yeah.
It's like instant pick.
Ori was there like slamming, like he moved over to the drafting keyboard, and he's just like, go, 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 go.
So tell me real quickly about this gyrocopter. Because to me, it felt like it was a little bit of a mistake taking it right now because they were able to take the morph immediately afterwards. Why are they taking Paparazzi Gyro here?
Why are they taking Paparazzi Gyro? They have the Sven still in, right?
Mhm.
So Sven, I guess they wanted a hero that's just naturally pretty good versus the Razor. Like maybe he was kind of annoyed in the last game. It's just like super easy to farm up. They have the Shadow Demon for like way more stacks early on this game, and Gyro can do the stacks a bit faster than Sven. Doesn't have to worry. I mean, he has a cooldown issue too, but his ramp up is so good. Like you get that early Aghanim Scepter. That's really nice.
Yeah. Okay, I could dig it. Well, we're going into this game number 2, Vici Gaming versus Navi, and the last pick, Mars, for Blizzy. A hero that's kind of fallen off, not really been all that awesome in the tournament, but was looking pretty hot coming into it. So what about this interaction of the Morphling and the OD? Like morphine attributes, switching over, does it work where you can switch over and take over the Lina and then just take no damage from the ulti of the OD?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that doesn't work, but even if it does work, I don't think that's a good solution.
Okay.
I mean, I won't put it on the 100%, but, you press Alt, he dies.
Yeah. He's done.
Yeah. There's a reason. It's one of the higher win percent changes in pubs from hero to hero of, like, how bad of a counter it is.
Whoa. I haven't seen Disruptor with no facial hair before. Am I crazy? Dude, this is like that Stanley in The Office does he have a mustache moment. Like, doesn't his face look weird to you right here? Look at this guy.
What's weird about his face?
I feel like he had a mustache.
Well, he usually has a beard.
Okay, I'm not crazy.
Look at his hero portrait up top. You see? He's got a big old beard.
Yeah, okay, I'm not crazy.
No, you're not crazy.
All right. The clean-shaven Disruptor is going to bless us today, ladies and gentlemen.
It's serious business. It's TI time. You gotta get cleaned up.
Yeah.
Or you have to grow a really magnificent and glorious beard like Tsunami.
I don't think
Who has a better beard, Mars or Tsunami? I actually think it's Tsunami. Just saying. Like, Tsunami's got the full coverage going on. Mars, I think Tsunami's is actually, like, bigger.
I think so, too.
I think he's got the victory.
I mean, Mars is only a couple pixels long,
And
so
he's
yeah.
a god.
Dude. I know, Tsunami,
Ugh,
but
jeez.
Mars is, too, though.
Oh, sorry. I get confused sometimes with the whole Greek and Roman thing.
Uh-oh. Run away. Oh, he's getting out of there. So, early movement across the map. Navi. Zayats is going to try and maybe sneak away a little rune, but already the ping's coming out. OD recognizing, yeah, that's going to make the wrap around. We're going to be there. DY ready to disrupt if things get a little bit too testy. He's going to try and steal the rune, but lo and behold, they have got a whole heck of a lot of Shadow Poison. Land Strike Array landing out and going to find Zayats. Continue to run him down. 3 stacks. Needs to get up to 5. Likely to find
I
the
got
kill.
the speed.
Oh, he misses one of them.
Oh, he's going for the TP attempt.
Dude.
Is he actually gonna try this? No. Okay, he's going for the tower. I wasn't sure if he's going for the tower suicide or the TP, but then he turned for the tower at the last moment. Good choice there as well from DY to head back to the fountain.
What a great voice.
How do they do it?
I don't know. Shoutouts to Duno. He's
Yeah.
the man.
They got the magic. I wonder if they're here again. Probably will be. Probably here before main stage.
I agree.
Bring them on in.
So, Vici, mid lane, OD, facing off against Razor. You were talking about this in the draft where it's considered at a time a decent matchup.
Yeah, it used to be a counter to the OD, was that because you couldn't just astral and run away and you still like lost all the damage and everything. But these days, I think it's considered to be like slightly Razor favored, but nothing serious. Like I would expect that with how well Ori plays OD, that they're going to be even at the laning stage.
Oh, Seneko. Oh, God. Seneko. Oh, man. And then the afterwards follow up with the spear, chasing him down. Does not have enough, though, for the Thunderstrike. Needs another punch. DY getting fully chased back by Blizzy. And we'll have another spear afterwards to secure this kill. DY trying to make it to the camp. But will be impaled. Blizzy gets the kill.
Well done. Oh, gives him the tip too.
Dude, he body blocked him for a while.
I wonder what Seneko did with all his gold, because he has no mana regen items. He doesn't have mangoes or anything. No clarities, and typically with Disruptor, you really want to try and like spam it out a little, especially if you want to take the second point with Thunderstrike. But more regen focus, he's just right-clicking.
Oh my God, Crystallize got real low in the lane there. Ate a Burrow Strike and looks like a Light Strike Array as well, but does live through it. Has Tangos to boot and sort of maximize that regen by bringing himself down to very low morph.
I like how aggressive they're playing it when the ET's level 1. Doesn't really do much, right?
Yeah, definitely, and wasn't able to stack up this camp either, so won't get that bonus damage. Ori, DD Rune down bottom, has already picked up the Wind Lace, so moving at 335 movement speed versus the 322 of Razor. And already, off to a hot start for Paparazzi.
Yeah, just harassing a little bit with the flat cannon here, looking to manipulate the wave, try and secure the range creeps, and oh my goodness, they finally got him. He was very low up there.
He just went over to the tower.
Oh,
with
that makes
Suicide
way more
there.
sense. I was
Yeah.
going to say, because Lina has her spells, so didn't get quite past the 30-second window there. And he just brings back some regen for his Morphling, as well as some items, so has the full Wraith Band and everything now.
Okay. So yeah, Na'Vi holding off, even though they did lose the ET up top. It wasn't really that big of a loss. We'll see how much damage he gets coming in. 38 right there, as well as 4 armor off of the Spirit.
Very awkward lane down bottom here for the Disruptor. It's a hero that he's not very good defensively, so he definitely functions better in the off lane like this because he can't really help a carry under tower, whereas ET is better at that, even though ET is more traditionally viewed as a 4, especially with how these two players are typically playing them. So I like the fact that Seneco's here and like helping to harass and stuff, but they got the 1 kill at level 1, but other than that, there's like very little kill chance here, I feel like, in this lane.
Particularly with no man on Disruptor, like
Yeah.
you're talking about. Like, this guy just can't do anything.
No.
Top lane, Crystallize is kind of getting dove here as they're going to use the Glyph and try and run down the Morphling a little bit. Sandstorm working through it from Yang. Fade turned around upon as well now.
Oh!
The big play.
Whoa!
I don't know if it's going to be enough, though. Yeah, they just walk away from
Dude,
afterwards.
it looks cool. I'm down with it anyway.
Yeah, look,
Fade.
he plays some Lina. He knows what he's doing. Crystallize does have a salve. Oh, wait. I thought he had a salve. No, that's ET that has one.
And he's not going to give it over.
Dude, oh man, he's so low. No Dragon Slave points, though. Yeah, he gives him the salve.
Oh, that's nice.
What a guy. Still getting the deny there from the Sand King. Yang already 17 and 8 versus the 7 and 2 for Crystallize. Dude, Crystallize is getting bodied.
Yeah, at the same time, in the mid lane, excuse me, Ori's having more problems than I would have expected, too. He missed a couple last hits that he probably should have had, but very difficult to deal with that steal this early on.
Is Crystallize going to try and go for this kill? He still has 2 points being held. Could throw him into Adaptive Strike. Oh, excuse me, no. He's got him into Attribute Shift, so he doesn't have any points being held. Had to use the waveform earlier. So no chance for a kill there.
Man, even with the 20 MS advantage on the OD, he still gets at least 50 on every steal. So you can see why this is still a frustrating matchup for the OD. All he can do is basically guarantee range creeps, which is of course very important.
Right.
But he's almost going to be like a level behind here.
That's pretty crazy.
So this matchup is still quite Razor favorite, it looks like.
Yeah, so I guess that's, again, the calculus that Navi was doing at the beginning is in the drafting phase. Say, okay, we have this Razor, we can try and counter out the OD in the mid lane, ruin his game in the laning stage, and then we don't need to be as worried about it. But is this a game where Ori's going to be able to catch up?
Dude, I hope he just goes double no blink. I think that build is super fun to watch, and he can just play with Alina, and even Gyro can join in. It's Crystallize. Ooh, man, that's how you got to play Morphling. You got to push right to the limit. Unfortunately, his pushing to the limit's only got him 14 CS and potentially a dead support. Yeah.
So Zayat goes down, and we do have Crystallizing to return all the way to the jungle, level 4 right now.
They got a down bottom, a missile and a disruption on the Blizzy. They're going to go for the ulti too.
Finding the Mars. He's going to drop.
Man, that is free. Holy, that is free at level 6. Like, what can you do? You just get the missile target before the disruption. Missile's guaranteed. He just throws the call down too. All right, I like this combo. Now I see the power of the gyro. It's like better than Sven even. Oh, and DY, ya boy, most improved player of the year without question to me is DY. Someone tweeted someone else. I just realized.
It was Lacoste that tweeted CC&C.
All right, I'm gonna have to have words with CC there with Lacoste because it's definitely DY. DY was, whew. I mean, I won't go there, but this guy's a player now.
He's doing what he needs.
He's like rank 30 China. This guy's a gamer.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, Zayat's gonna get hit again. The Light Strike Raid, dude. The dodge back, Yang and Fade, dynamic duo, find the kill, and Vici are just all over Navi right now. Like, I mean, sure, mid lane's not going great, but as you said, he can go for that other build if he wants double null tally, and then he's going actually into treads afterwards. But like, this combination, missile connects as they come out, pull down there, Seneko going to drop. Paparazzi is 3 levels ahead of Blizzy right now. Like, we haven't talked about bottom lane at all, but it is a bloodbath.
Yeah, it's just like unplayable, these situations. And I do think part of it is that disruptor again. Like, he's basically just a leech.
Yeah.
So they need to really hope that they can get Schmoovin online here with the Razor when Magical's ready to go, because he's the one that needs this disruptor to play with him. But he's taken the second point in the Thunderstrike too, which is worse for rotations, because when you're losing his disruptor, a lot of times you just keep it as the 1, because you're like, all right, I just need every single point in Glimpse that I can get.
Yeah. Because
you just need the 2 points for trying to secure the lane, and those 2 points in Thunderstrike have done the nada for him.
All right, they need to make a big play here. Fade is going to get ran at by Magical, and with this rotation coming, this could be what they need. Meanwhile, Yang heads up to the north. So Magical finds himself a quick pick off there, and that does give more space over to Seneko to try and get some of those levels up in the Glimpse now. Yeah, and space just for Crystallize too. Like, that's a good way. Sure, it's a support that you got, and it's a bit of a long rotation, but it's making life easier for your Morphling player. Oh, meanwhile, DY finds the kill on the Blizzy. Lo and behold, we have another round of it. Would you believe it? It came back. Uh-oh. Top lane? Yeah, Crystallize is fine. Switch it back over again into the strength form. Now, Mars is one of those heroes, too, that we talked a lot about before the tournament. All right, a little bit of a miscommunication there. Sig when they should have zagged. Yep. Now, Yang, they switch over, take the Burrow Strike over. Nice play by Crystallize. Another Burrow Strike the other direction, though. That's going to keep Yang alive. And now you realize that there might be some amount of vision over there, I guess, maybe? That must be the call coming from Vici. We'll see if they get that D-ward. But yeah, quietly, over the past couple of minutes, Seneko's just been left ahead in mid and now has level 5. Yeah, it's good. He'll get the tome, too, and probably almost get to 7 after this next wave in the tome. Couple waves, I suppose, but still. Either way, feeling a lot better for this Disruptor player at this point. Costly, because they had to expend a lot of resources to get him there, but it will be worth it. Well, and I think the biggest cost is that Magical is no longer ahead of the OD.
Yeah.
Now about 800 gold behind him after all those rotations.
Yeah, that is pretty crazy, actually. Talk about how it's like, oh, nice, it's a good matchup. And it's just like, so what was the reasoning for leaving this OD? Because like now OD's having a great time. 10-minute bounties, no one really contesting up top. So DUI's like, all right, cool, thanks. Just going to walk.
4 heroes heading down bottom. They want to find Paparazzi. Stomp. Going to land. Blizzy has ultimate. And this is a nice pick off here. Although, as we've talked about before, Power Rangers making the rotation. A save coming from DY. And just like that, your team fight is over. Yang already body blocking Blizzy. They find that kill. And Vici are not going to let Paparazzi die.
No, I'm going to keep him up. And up top. All right, he gets a deny on Morphling, but Fade able to help push that through with the catapult.
Blade. Crystallize, gotta play this carefully. Light Strike Array,
yo.
gonna land.
No,
Fade,
he got
the
it.
strength form over. Yeah, well played. Fade, does he go down? Doesn't look like
The
it.
last creep died, so he lost the vision.
Actually, Crystallize needs to be careful here now. With the Laguna Blade's still nearby. He's not safe here.
Oh, yeah.
Dude,
look
the
at
wraparound. Oh, my God.
He's got the Quelling Blade, too.
Oh, my goodness. Crystallize. Oh, he's waiting. He's waiting for him to be low.
No, this is
Magical.
worth. This is worth.
Oh, catch, punch,
no.
kill, Fade.
Come on, dude.
You knew he was there.
Oh, that's so greedy. These Morphling players. Okay, but they at least did get Yang on the other side of the map. It's a good pick for them, too.
Dude, and now Lina is almost ahead of the Razor off of that kill. Because it's solo. Like, a
Yeah.
solo kill.
That is. And did he even. No, he didn't have that much on him, I guess, but still. Dude, he's 30 last hits. Lina has 20. Lina has 21. There's a Morphling down. There's a Morphling down there on that net worth chart. I don't know if you noticed. I haven't really seen him.
Oh, my God. This is a stomp. It feels like Vici came to play today, and Na'Vi have, after a rough game #1, just not been able to get anything together.
And look at Ori just in the mid lane, completely wiping the waves with these Astrals. His Force Staff is complete and on the way, so a little more well-rounded than the Blink Dagger. Blink Dagger is like all aggression, whereas now he's the Force Staff versus the Razor, which makes a ton of sense. Why does he get that? Which is why he's a pro player and I'm not. So I like the double null Force over the double null Blink. They're trading for the safe lane tier 1, but losing your mid tier 1 is much more painful.
Definitely. Now Hasterin picked up
And
from Paparazzi.
if I'm Fade right now, all I'm thinking is, let's go again. I got Laguna Blade. Anyone want to smoke?
Yeah.
I would like to go and find myself a Morphling because I know he's having a hard. Oh, DY, you bought a smoke, my friend.
What a guy.
Could we hang out?
Yeah, they know where they want to go. And immediately the pings come out. He's like, yep, come on over to me, buddy.
Yep.
DY, make the run to me because I want to keep farming.
Now they do see Fade though, at the very least. So they're gonna watch him start wandering up there, and they're gonna. If you see Lina run this way, you know that they're making a full rotation into this jungle and to bail out. But instead, they don't. They see her rotating down here instead. So that might put some confusion into them.
Stacking up the Ancients, and instead it's Seneko and Blizzy making a rotation top. It's only DY they're going to run into, though. Everybody else has left this lane. And DY, least valuable player on the team right now.
He's just
for
like, what?
Vici.
What the? This gets connected.
Well, Vanish, but looks like he is going to go down, and they're going to kill the kill over to Crystallize. So something going the way of Na'Vi there. But it's still a 7,000 gold lead right now for Vici
down
Gaming.
bottom as well. All right, let's go to BRS. Nothing too serious. Not gonna go for an epi or anything.
So this game is falling apart for Na'Vi.
Yep.
Their Razor is still doing okay. The Morph is completely getting destroyed. How do you win this game if you're Na'Vi? What's the game plan? What's the way that you get your feet back under you?
You really hope that VG making a mistake of ridiculous proportions. I don't know. A catastrophe would probably be a little bit more appropriate because you have a disruptor.
Right.
You playing from behind is awful.
Yeah.
The only way you can play from behind is if they try. Oh my God!
Oh,
Tips. Team, there's a ward.
dude.
Oh, I missed it
they
once.
missed the ward.
There, he's got it though. He pinged it after. He's like, okay, it's over there. He's like, sorry, man. Look at these sentries. The triple sentry.
Oh.
All right, they got it this time. There we go. That's well worth.
Dude.
That's the tilting effect right there. I can't believe they picked Morphling. And then they leave the OD. I don't know. I mean, Morphling is obviously very good, and Crystallize is a really good Morphling player.
Right.
But it is still a very hard game.
Well, to me, it goes back to what we were talking about in the draft, where it felt like they were just doing the response, like the natural reaction. Okay, they have the gyrocopter. Let's take the morph. But this is a good turnaround here. They haven't already been able to find one. Yang going to drop. Lizzie looking for another. DY going to be controlled. With Magical there, they should be able to find another kill on Davichi.
Perfect. This is exactly what they need.
Comes
oh,
back.
there we go. The +1.
Oh, the disruption, though.
He got the Astral. But yeah, he's still stuck.
In some trouble. Ori under fire. They have a spear available. Going to get him caught to that tree somehow. And then they manage to find the kill. So Navi still capable of taking team fights if they have all their ultis up.
Navi is back.
Let's see it.
And he went for the Blink Dagger after, too. So this is a lot of gold invested on Ori and 0 survivability, like, stat-wise. Like, if he gets caught, he's still pretty dead because his HP pool is going to be a lot lower because he's not, like, building into anything. Like, no BKB, no Ogre Club and everything yet. So he'll go for it next. He's also geared to play extremely offensively.
Yeah.
So we'll call that a catastrophe. And just very well planned from Navi because they went for a rune fight and took it.
Yeah.
A lot of stacks being put up here, though, by DY. He's even stacking in the dire jungle because he knows that they can play in here.
Right. That did get Blizzy his Blink Dagger now, so has that completed for the Mars. The other nice thing about that kill was some pretty deep vision placed down by Seneko. As they are going to head down towards bottom. Static Storm back off cooldown in 10 seconds. As they already have the Sentry Ward down. Looking for Yang. Burrow Strike off to the side. Do they find him over here? Not quite able to get in range in time. So, yeah, I would say that while the cores of Navi are feeling behind, the fact that Disruptor is able to get so many levels, that's maybe one of the other saving graces. Because both their supports have, like, decent enough levels to be able to fight.
Yeah, that is true. And before BKBs, anything is possible, right? That's one of these things. These leads are never safe before the BKBs come out because that's like when you really flex your net worth advantage to just say, like, you can't touch me, and we're just going to run you down, and makes it really hard to execute team fights from behind.
Right.
So I think if you're Navi, you can't wait much longer before just fighting again.
Got to make the play. Disruptor pushing down bottom right now as they're somewhat giving up a side of the map in their own jungle. Any cooldowns they're really waiting for? I guess Morph is back off cooldown soon, Snako. The TP came in and they realized that he was in the area, so they canceled that one. Ooh, Zayats. Alright, they got him.
Yeah, too much reach.
Yeah. And ET does...
Oh, you see that value from Yang? The blink and then burrow strike into the creep wave? Whoa.
I like
Guy's smart.
Dude. Oh, Snako? It's close. Oh god. Crystallize. He got the strength form over. But he's in some trouble. Gonna wait for him. Try and TP away. Disruption comes out though. That is going to be most likely a dead Crystallize. Tries to go into the Sandstorm. Stay alive if at all possible. 3 stacks of the poison. 4 stacks of the poison. Crystallize switches back over. Still in the Sandstorm. And it looks like he's living through it.
Yeah, but he's
No
gonna get out
detection.
of here because he has no TP.
Oh, he switched back to straight or to Agi. They get the kill.
Yeah. Bit tough there.
Yeah. Well, in the meantime, Fade runs away. They have the stomp. Going to connect on Delina just barely, but nobody else is there to follow up, and they're just going to let Delina run. They do have a ward up here. And it's going to be stouted. Seneko takes that one away. In the meantime, Navi's wards have not gotten dewarded. So we'll see if they decide to make a smoke move themselves. Haven't been able to get this ward taken off yet.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. Try and use the blink dagger, get the arena down, go for some kills, let Morphling farm the top lane, and take your other 4 to the bot.
No smokes, although I think they have one coming out on the courier. No, it's just more sentry wards.
Feels like Magical is trying to wait for his BKB or something.
Do you like that play?
No. I don't know. You have to play aggressively, you have to get kills and everything, but at the same time I understand why, because it's terrifying trying to fight into these guys, but they're going to be out farming you right now.
Yeah.
They have this gyrocopter, they have this SD who's just been stacking like crazy, and now with the BKB, on the prowl here for Paparazzi. But there we go. Good rotations out from Na'Vi. They are ditching at the perfect time because these guys are smoking to an area with no objectives.
Right. Yeah, I think that they realized that was going on because they saw the movement with these wards over to that direction. They're like, they're probably smoking towards us.
Yeah.
So heads up play there.
So
Does mean we're going to trade off the bounty runes, but Na'Vi need to be careful in the mid lane. So they find the Elder Titan. Paparazzi just going to run him down.
I like this too with the gyro and the Sand King. I was thinking about that during the draft as to why they take the gyro over the Sven. The other thing is the Veil Builder, right? So it's a ton of magic damage that gets amped up.
Yeah. I like that. And Magical almost has his BKB, and at least then he'll be able to match the tempo of the gyro and try and link him up.
Fortunately for him. Oh, Fade. I was going to say Fade almost has his Aghanims, but hey, not going to be that close now.
Static Storm laid down as well. Wasn't able to get it onto Yang, as he's just going to get the glimpse away, so it does mean they'll be able to live. Ori makes the rotation, and actually they're not going to be able to live. Blizzy also is going to go
short-lived.
Yeah. They got Fade, but it came at a pretty big cost.
Now Yang got sent back, and he's like, I'm waiting.
Oh, this is actually huge if they can get him. I don't think they can, though, right?
Veil's pretty sick. I don't know if it's that sick, though.
Force out the Earth Splitter.
Ambitious, but it might be enough to just make it so he can't contest with his next creep wave.
Yeah.
I think I would consider this a bit of a risky tower push. Maybe hold off there if you're Vici.
Magical is showing on the lane that he has his BKB now as well. So that might be enough to get VG to pump
He also
the
showed that
brakes.
he was at 20% HP, though.
That's true.
So Paparazzi's like, oh, okay, he didn't go back fountain, guys.
OD BKB flying out right now on the courier. And that Aghanim's still 1,000 gold away from Fade.
Just wait till Ori pops Stanley's this game. It's going to be huge. Has he? I feel like I haven't seen it.
No, we definitely haven't seen it, yeah.
Not really necessary so far.
Lincoln Sphere is the call for more. There is a cool Ags one with the Mars at the very least.
With the Rebuke?
The Rebuke,
yeah.
which is pretty nifty. But I don't know if it's good enough that that's going to be what they go for. It might just be more value to the gyro.
Does it work? I don't know if it
It
works.
doesn't work inside of his, actually, now that I didn't talk about it.
Yeah,
Forgot about that.
So it just does nothing?
It just does nothing, actually.
Beautiful.
Well, you know, these things happen.
Yeah, it's tough.
Magical BKB. It's a chance if they want to use it. Drop down some vision up on the high ground. Gyrocopter illusions going forward. Glimpse away, Magical waiting, and actually turns to pop that BKB now. But he's got to run. The rest of his team isn't really in position, and with the BKB wearing off, or he's thinking about it. But they're just going to back out. Na'Vi pop the 10-second BKB, don't manage to get a fight, but they do keep the Razor alive.
Yeah, it feels like they're just put right back into the chokehold again.
Yeah.
And Crystallize, he's maxed out. He knows that I'm just farming as fast as I can. He's really doing a good job of catching up because he's playing full risk, right?
Yeah.
He's playing one strength all across the map, just farming. And he's been dodging Fade for a long time. I wonder if Fade maybe should have gone for something else.
Paparazzi able to get the arena down, but there's the BKB, the turnaround, and Blizzy, they have the Earth Splitter, chase for more. What else can they find? DY, the turnaround, Crystallize is there, has the flat cannon working. They get the light strike away though, and they found a Morphling starting to drop low. Mabel, the waveform dodge, the ultimate. Well played by Crystallize to keep him alive, and Ori and the BKB not really finding anything else. About as good as you could hope for Na'Vi, but as good as you hope for is still not good enough. As they lose the Mars and lose the Disruptor.
Man, nice stuff there from Crystallize, yeah. I mean, whew. Getting a little dicey there. He's got a 33 int for reference versus this OD. Is at like 136. So that would have been a lot of damage.
Yeah. So lives through it. And that was the BKB first usage by Ori and Paparazzi, I believe. Yeah, they needed another round of people there to make it work.
Zayat has some wild ideas here.
I mean, if he throws out that Spirit, Yang just jumps, right?
Unless he hits Yang, or hits Yang. Haha.
There you go. Oh, that's the way to do it.
There you go. See?
Yeah.
Saved.
Got him.
They'll pull them back. Not looking to take a fight with no BKBs. Their vision, they couldn't see the shrine, so they weren't sure if they just all backed into the shrine and healed up too. So that could have been risky.
And now, because of the control that Vici have had over the map, Stomp going to connect. Na'Vi are really limited in the vision, but they at least spot out the Lina.
And they put that sentry now, see there's no ward.
Blizzy be able to find the kill almost on the Fade, but Disruption saves her only for a moment. Paparazzi. BKB is back up and available.
Here, Yang.
Is it Yang trying to come in? Ori as well. They haven't popped the BKBs as yet. Magical finally goes for it. As Ori's BKB is working, Yang under control. He's being linked up, running away. Another round of the spear, and the punch from Crystallize finds that kill.
Good fight.
Na'Vi making it work.
Yeah, it was scrappy, messy. It was before things were quite ready for the side of Vici. And if they get a good trade, you're behind, and you're trading support. It's for support. We're offlaner in support.
So 19 to 10. You look at what Dota Plus has been feeling pretty heavily into the favor so far for
That was
Vici.
pretty accurate.
They start to swing back a little bit. I'm curious how this Crystallized Morph works out in the next couple of engagements, because we really haven't seen the counter in terms of the big Sandy's Eclipse on top of them yet.
Yep.
And that feels like it's something that obviously Crystallized has done a good job of dodging around, but it's really hard to make that happen consistently throughout a game.
Yeah, that's the problem. It's not a timing counter. This counters you for the entire game. He does have quite a bit more now, right? Because he's got the attributes from the Lincoln Sphere. He's got some from the Ghost Scepter, so life's a little better.
Yeah. Well, and eventually you're going to be able to build into that BKB too, which can make a bit of a difference.
Yes, that would be lovely.
Sand King in the meantime is getting smoked at. And Blizzy has done a really good job so far in this offlane. We'll see if we can find another big spear, drop down the sentry, immediately get the vision, or split her down as well. Can they get the kill with the stomp, with the catch, with the finish? Perfectly executed from Na'Vi, but can they get out? Ori able to find one. Save Your Buddy Syndrome possible in effect here. This Magical just pops the BKB and runs at him. Needs to be careful because he's going to get purged off, and well, they do have the Arena of Blood. Magical walking back and forth, trying to keep those projectiles from hitting him, but it wasn't going to be enough as Ori chases down Blizzy.
And he looks pretty dead too.
Eventually going to hit. Although through the spear last second, that's stunned.
No blink though.
Blizzy in some trouble. They have the stomp afterwards though. Oh, God's Rebuke almost enough, but not quite.
No, there's a missile after Zayat, though. He has a Yule, so he could use the gyro and keep running. And he'll just outrun him.
In the meantime,
mid.
Snako.
Oh, there's one glimpse.
Oh,
he Astral though.
Okay.
Aha!
The other thing is Paparazzi's here too. So yeah, they're going to kill off Snako. And top lane, the continued battle. Looks like Crystallize not staying at low enough HP that Fade feels like he can get the kill, particularly since you've got the Lincoln Sphere down on Crystallize.
Yeah, I don't know. I wish he'd gone Shadowblade first. I think the Morphling was so far behind that there was such a window where he could have just been like trying to chase him around and make his life even harder. But at the same time, there have been tons of sentries on the other side of the map, and then he might have just fed away more goals. This was by far the safer play,
Right.
going for this Aghanim's first, and it just means he can only really use it in team fights, which is a-okay.
So Vici, again, with a very strong draft against this lineup that has at times felt like it's mainly about this Morphling, who's now been able to catch back up.
They have the DY medallion, though.
Yeah.
He bought this last game on the Warlock, too, so helps. I really like that at the position 5. If you don't really have a good Solar Crest or Medallion purchaser, just take it for yourself. I mean, what else do you need on position 5?
I got 4 staff or something maybe, but hope get Roche better. Armor up, let's do it. Stomp, gonna come in, Luna Roche. Okay. I think that's actually an okay play.
Sorry. I wanted the kill.
Yeah.
What's that gold, you know? Trying to get a Shadowblade here, guys.
I mean, was that just because the Spirit was coming in, or was that?
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of panic, like.
It was either that or like they're feeling very confident. Regardless, though, that doesn't mean no looking to live for a little bit.
Paparazzi's terrifying, by the way.
Yeah.
Eggs, Maelstrom, Aegis. What, 8-second BKB? Yep, still 8 seconds.
They did spot the Lina. Now they know. And
That's nice.
Yeah,
That's
they
a
see where it
big
is.
grab. Get her.
Fade. Off to the side, getting caught, giving the kill to Crystallize.
Man, Sneeko really likes that jump.
Yeah, he does.
332 gold
Uh-oh,
for that kill. Not quite enough.
Now Burrow has the Glimmer, Static Storm down, and immediately...
They should all tip him after all this chat lining. I'm just saying. That's a 5-man tip right there.
On the other side, they lose the...
All right. Gave him the business, the sanities. Said, get out of here. Guaranteeing myself some bounties.
It's a pretty heavy commitment. I think that right now, Ori and Vici in general feel just like very confident. They've got the sheep stick ready and available. But I wonder if it's going to be a sign of overconfidence. Like, if you get this Morphlane farmed enough and then, like, find the jump onto Ori, it's a lot of ifs. But if it happens...
I just want to point out that this OD's almost level 24.
That's fair.
25.
That's
you know,
fair.
I agree. Maybe they're looking like they're throwing some spells out and sometimes, and they're having a jovial old time here. But there's a reason.
Yeah.
They're very far ahead.
Yeah.
They need some absolutely bananas plays here from this ET and Mars to bring this game back into their favor.
It feels like the just hard disable needs to be the name of the game. And then obviously maximum amount of damage from Crystallize, which he's getting closer towards.
They need Blink Arena Spear on Gyro before he BKBs.
Okay.
And then they need to link him. And then they can win a fight. Because if Gyro has no damage and it's only OD, BKBs might carry you. Wow, Ori actually BKBs.
Yeah.
Worried about the potential follow-up that could have been there. Wouldn't have been enough for the kill in that case, but he doesn't know that. So his is starting to fall down. Ho, 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 the team. Look at this play. He's got so much mobility that he's faking here for the squad with the bait.
Oh, no BKB available for Ori. The Stomp's going to catch onto him, and now the Earth Splitter. Do they have enough to kill him off, though? Static Storm is already down. It's on to 2, but there's no follow-up. Yeah. The rest of the team is gone. And now Paparazzi just ready to run in, kill off Sneeko, and find themselves another. They're going in for this one. Now Mars ready to buy back, see if he can come in and help out in this fight. They don't have ulti either from the OD, and Magical Control pops his own BKB and forced to run away.
Did you see the E-Blade there, too? That was close to popping Lincoln's, or the Aegis, rather, if he had enough space.
I mean, that felt like it actually could have been an okay fight for Na'Vi if they could get the reinitiation, but without the Disruptor, without the ET, the fight's almost over, basically.
And now in 30 seconds when they have to deal with the ulti, that's going to be a 1-minute window for the Aegis on the side of Vici, and they're earning up Paparazzi. They want to go for this.
Ready to party.
So Vision onto the high ground. Currently, they don't have any. Do they have any wards around? They have 1 sentry, and that's it.
Hurricane Pike done for Ori. Lizzie still has the Arena of Blood if he wants to use it, but BKBs are back online for Vici. What can they do to stop this? Almost need to sort of bait out the BKBs and then try and kite them away afterwards.
Nice.
All right.
Okay, free Aegis.
Round 2.
All right, the Blink Sight, though, from Ori, the big threat.
Good sleep. No follow-up as of yet, and Ori still waiting, ready to jump at a moment's notice. They're trying to take down that first set of racks. They will get it, but the glimpse, chance to try and come away, it's not easy. Disruption, but the sleep, it lands right afterwards. Can they find anything else, though? Sheep off to the side, they found an Ori. Just gonna chase down Zayat. He has ulti if he wants to use it. Burrow strikes through, Glimmer Cape, keeping him alive. Blizzy misses the spear, and the BKB comes out. Double kill for Ori with the ulti.
Oh, he is wicked sick. I'm gonna have to agree. It's just a slide to the left.
Nicely done.
22K advantage at 33 minutes. Yeah, there's not a lot of bright guys on the side of Na'Vi. You know, they're in rather low.
Again, for Na'Vi, this is feeling like a must-win with all the other teams in the group starting to get further and further caught up towards their upper bracket berth. It's not necessarily, any stretch of the match, completely over for them if they lose this game, but it's sort of out of their hands at that point.
And they put themselves into the chokehold position now, too, again, with Fade going for these boots of travel, as he just wants to ensure all the lanes stay pushed and wants to continue his farm. He wants a Lincoln's Popper, too, because he has this massive range. He wants that Eul Scepter. Good rotation from Na'Vi. Again, she is a support, but she's worth quite a bit of gold for a support.
Yeah.
I mean, she's worth more than Blizzy.
Trying to find Glimpse, pulls back, and should be the kill there onto Fade. Yeah, 400 gold going into Magical. Who ended up going for the Sanjin Yasha. I was wondering if he was going to go for the Halberd.
Yeah.
Feeling like the Sash Resistance, I guess, was more important. And next for the Butterfly.
I feel like I do not understand this this Razor meta that they're into, like this first picking of the hero. I'd be really curious. I feel like they'll probably do some interviews with like some of the Russian talent and everything like that, where they tend to talk about their heroes a little more freely. Be curious what they have to say about it.
Yeah. Force out the BKB from Ori.
To me, it says that you have a ton of confidence in your 1 and your 3 player.
Right.
Because they just constantly pick this Razor. Like it really is a super stable for an unstable current guy hero. It's just you know what you're gonna get out of him. You can't expect a whole lot. You can expect a decent laning stage, and if someone else can hold targets down, you have ways to try and reduce the damage of certain opponents. But you can't make plays on Razor.
Right.
Yeah,
it's
you
true.
know.
It's
You want to play making mid, this is not it. Oh, well, making plays now.
Get the BKB off in time there. Magical already down to super low HP. Heal trying to come out. Is it going to be enough? He can get over to the shrine, though.
He's got the
Stealing
link.
all of the damage from Paparazzi, but it's going to be an end as Fade finds that kill. Sand King did go down in all of this, and Paparazzi just turns, continues to fight. Crystallize switched over into the Sand King, has the Bro Strike available in a moment if he wants to use it, but lands the stun beautifully. They kill off the Morph, and Blizzy eventually going to die. Fade with the double, 4 dead, no buyback for a very long time on most of Na'Vi.
I see. They wait until they really know they got it before the tips start coming out. Now I understand.
VG. Conservative tippers as GG is called, and Na'Vi will get 2-0'd by Vici Gaming, as we do have a short little pause, but have no fear, this game is indeed over.
Whew. Vici Gaming, so now really making a good case for that upper bracket for themselves, trying to stay far, far away from any tiebreakers.
Yeah.
And to start up there with the big boys.
That's right. Yeah, really impressive.